Well, good morning, everyone, from our home to your home on this lovely sunny Sunday morning. Recently, I was out for a walk, and as I was coming down the hill, it was on the Malvern Hills, this lady ran past me, and beside her was her little dog with these little short legs, but he was running really hard beside the woman. And a few minutes later, as they overtook me and I watched them going down, and I did smile to myself when I saw the little dog with these little short legs. The next thing I could hear this panting behind, and then all of a sudden this dog just shot past me, and it also belonged to the lady, and he just flew past her and his little buddy. And it made me think it was almost like God just spoke to me in that moment about things that go hand in hand. These two little dogs, obviously they were buddies, but at that time they were very different from one another. The little one with the short legs was going really hard, as fast as he could, to keep up with the woman. But the other one, it was so excited, he just shot past both of them. And it made me think about things that go hand in hand, things that are closely connected. And examples could be salt and pepper. Maybe for you, you have your own example of things that go hand in hand. Keeping fit and eating well. Sometimes we don't like to hear that one. If you're from Northern Ireland, Irwin's Nutty Crust bread toasted and butter is definitely something that goes hand in hand. But what about our journey with God? What about things for you this week that perhaps God wants to say to you that goes hand in hand on your journey? What does he want to say to you this morning? Well, for me, some of the things that I automatically think about when I think about things that go hand in hand on my journey with God is time with God and prayer. The both of them just automatically come together. Also in my Christian walk, growing and in that walk is Bible study and reading the Bible and being faithful in that daily in reading scriptures. Many of you will think of belief and salvation. The Bible tells us if you believe that Jesus is Lord and confess with your mouth, you will be saved. But also there are times in the scriptures that we see that those things that go hand in hand, we might like them, we might necessarily like them, we might necessarily like the season we're in. And one of them is Psalm 43. And in this psalm, we see that the things that go hand in hand for the psalmist is despair, but also then we also see that hope. They both go together in this psalm. Let me just read you a couple of verses as you begin the week. In this Psalm 42, the psalmist, he talks about how his soul is downcast, how he's feeling that he is so in despair. And he says to himself in verse 6, therefore I will remember you. So he's almost encouraging himself to remember the things of God. And then he goes on to say, just at the end of the psalm, why, my soul, are you downcast? Why so disturbed within me? Put your hope in God. In the Message Bible, it says, fix my eyes on God. And maybe this week, as you go out and you just think about this little thought, what about your life? What's God wanting to say to you today? What are those things that you're maybe missing? Those things that he maybe wants to encourage you in? Those things that don't go necessarily hand in hand. Maybe you're thinking this morning, I want to believe and I want to trust in God. I would encourage you to connect with a local church, connect with a Christian friend, someone that will really be able to encourage you on your walk. Or maybe this morning you are feeling despair. You're feeling discouraged and lonely. And maybe this morning God wants to just encourage you with this little word, put your hope in him. I can see a few people have joined me this morning. Morning, Rachel, lovely to have you with me. And Sandra, great to have you with me. And Ian, good to have you with me. Glad you liked my analogy, Ian. It's wonderful how God can speak to us. Do join me tomorrow evening in the prayer space as we're going to take time to pray for our communities. I want to pray for you to pray for the community you're in and I'm in, and just wherever we are in our homes, that we can pray for our communities. Do get in touch if you would like prayer or you have questions about faith. We're here and we want to serve you. So have a blessed week, everyone, and see you soon.